How's it going, everyone? Today we're going to be looking at some brand new Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity gameplay, which features the Divine Beast Vah Ruta, the 4 champions Urbosa, Mipha, Daruk and Revali, and also some new weapons and costumes for Link. Now if you enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing to this channel, as it would really help me out a lot, and I've been making a lot of videos to do with Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, and I intend to keep going. So, if you're interested, leave a like, and stay tuned for more videos like this. Now without further ado, let's get into some of the gameplay. The first gameplay footage we're going to see is of Revali. Now I don't believe we've actually seen any Revali gameplay yet. I think we've seen Urbosa in terms of the champions. So as you can see, this is just his general combo. He flies around a bit and he fires arrows, and it seems that he can summon Revali's Gale to fly around the map, which seems very, very strong actually, because none of the enemies can actually reach him as he fires arrows at them. So again, we see some more of Revali throwing out some arrows. This seems to be on the flight range map, perhaps a special mission of some kind. And here he's going to perform a flurry rush into a strong attack, a weak point attack. So we can see Revali just zipping around the map, hitting both the moblins at the same time. And then finally we're going to also see his special attack, where he fires a bomb arrow. So all in all, Revali looks very cool and very unique compared to all the characters that we've seen so far, as he's the only one with a bow so far. Some more Urbosa gameplay was also shown off. We can see that she charges up a meter at the bottom of her special bar, which makes her sword brim with electricity, which powers up her attacks. So as you can see, she has a lot of area of effect as she attacks and swings her sword, and she can charge that up presumably by pressing the ZR button. Now we have already seen some Urbosa gameplay, so I will just talk about the map. It seems that this is maybe a training map, as Urbosa is attacking some of her tribe members. It wouldn't really make sense in a story context to be fighting the Gerudo as the Gerudo chieftain. And here we're just going to see again another flurry rush, this time Urbosa. She seems to be using a sort of Urbosa's Fury type attack, and again for her special attack she uses Urbosa's Fury as well. I'm really excited for Urbosa. Personally, she's going to be the first champion that I go and access because I really enjoy her gameplay. Here we're going to see some gameplay of the Divine Beast Vah Ruta, and this is the first Divine Beast we have actually seen in action so far. You can see that looks like we fire out some projectiles at enemies that are in the distance, and we have to maybe avoid or shoot down the enemy projectiles that are headed our way. So you can see there are a lot of hearts that do actually deplete, so an enemy did just fire at Vah Ruta there and it lost a heart. And there seems to be a menu on the left and right that gives different instructions for different things to do. We can see an army of Lynels. These are the first Lynels we've actually seen in Age of Calamity. So they seem to at least be present in Divine Beast fights, and most likely in other fights as well. But we can see that the Divine Beast levels seem like that they will be sort of running through a massive mob of enemies and trying to take them out before they take you out. Now here's our first gameplay of Mipha. This is her basic combo, and she summons water across the stage, which you can actually teleport to, which is very interesting. It's almost like how Impa can teleport by pressing X as well. So as you can see here, the water is very far away, but Mipha is able to teleport all the way over there and then continue to do the same thing over and over and over again in some massive combo. So Mipha does look very unique. She's our first Lance character that we've seen. And here we're just going to see her taking down a Moblin, flurry rush into a strong weak point attack. So as you can see, she circles up the enemy in a massive deluge of water. And again, we'll see her special attack. So here she does a similar thing as what she just did. Now here's some Daruk gameplay. He seems to be wielding his very strong sword and is able to use Daruk's protection, presumably with the shield button. And that can explode and pulverize enemies that are caught up in the rolling attack. Here we can see him summon up some earth-like projectiles or earth-like structures that he can blow up, and he can set them on fire as well, which seems very cool. It's similar to Zelda's Cryonis attack, it seems. So Daruk's does seem pretty standard in terms of sword attacks, but he does seem like he hits like a truck. And as you can see here, he's actually going to kill the Moblin before he can even get a weak point attack off. So here's his weak point attack. Very, one strike and the guy's down. And here is his special attack, so he unleashes Daruk's protection to do a massive area of effect damage. Now this is exciting because this is our first look at some of Link's alternate weapons. We see him using a spear, and later on we will see him using a broadsword as well. So we can see him using the charge attack similar to the Breath of the Wild spear charge attack. And we can see him doing some like pole vaulting combos, which is very cool as well. We also see him in a unique costume as well. He's wearing the Zora hood, I believe, in conjunction with, well, nothing else. So we can at least confirm that those two things are going to be in the game. And here we can see his attack. It seems based on how he can chuck a spear like in the original Breath of the Wild game, and he also teleports the spear as well, which is a very interesting gap closer. Here we see his weak point attack, and we'll also see his special attack as well, which seems very over the top actually. I'm really liking his special attack. And then again we will see now Link with a broadsword. Now I assumed that Link would get spears and broadsword in Age of Calamity, but I thought the broadsword might be a bit slower. But as we can see here, Link is just like moving the broadsword around like it's nothing. And he seems to be eating some sort of food that's not an apple as well, which is very interesting. That's not something we've seen so far. But yeah, Link just moves very quickly despite wielding a broadsword, which is a two-handed weapon. And it seems like it does tons of damage because, as you're going to see, it breaks this Bokoblin's guard very quickly. And then he's going to do the weak point slap smash, where he just pulverizes the Bokoblin a few times. Very simple type of attack. And then again here, in his special attack, he seems to eat something, maybe to power himself up. So yeah, that is the showcase for the champions and the new weapons for Link. One thing I will also note is that we did see Link in the Gerudo Vo armor, I believe it was. I could be mistaken, so correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, so that was a very interesting showcase. I'm very much looking forward to playing as all of those characters in the final game. They all look very unique, which is something I was really hoping for, because that's something that the original Hyrule Warriors did really well, is making the characters unique. But also something that I was sort of disappointed in with Fire Emblem Warriors, where there were so many clones of different characters. So I'm glad they've returned to the way of making a lot of unique characters, because it makes the gameplay experience so much more fun. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you like this kind of video, please leave a like. It helps me figure out what kind of content I should be making for you guys. And if you like the video and you want to see more stuff, please subscribe, because it really helps me out a lot. I'm really trying to get towards different milestones of subscribers. The aim is 1,000 subscribers, so I'm going to keep trying to upload until I get there. So if you could subscribe, that would be a huge help for me. Once again, thank you all for watching this, and I hope you enjoyed.